I'd like to show you our railroad, and the best way that I can think of to do it is to take you on a virtual tour. And thanks to modern technology, we can take you right back into our staging yard. We're going to go around and we're going to see the Oregon, California, and Eastern Railway in action. We're going to look at our beautiful scenery, and I'm going to tell you all about our games. So we're going to get going as soon as I get myself miniaturized and put onto this train. Here we are on our way. I love being on the back of a caboose. Let's go inside and talk a little more about our railroad. Many of our visitors to the museum have asked me, why do you have the Oregon, California, and Eastern Railway running in a model railroad museum in Greeley, Colorado? Well, the answer to that question lies in the designer and builder of this museum, David Trussell. When Dave was a little boy at the age of 3, he lost his father in the Battle of the Bulge. His mother moved closer to her family, which had Dave spending the days with his grandfather, Thomas Augustine Dobbins, known as Gus, who was the station agent at the CB&Q station in Shelbina, Missouri. After spending his childhood running around his grandfather's train station, Dave grew up to become an officer in the U.S. Army. He then married the love of his life, Mickey Noble, in 1965. Shortly thereafter, he began his first tour of duty in Vietnam. And upon his return from Vietnam, Dave used the life insurance policy from his father's death that his mother had saved for him for all these years to begin his career in journalism with the purchase of the Lake County Examiner in Lakeview, Oregon. It was during this time that Dave and Mickey spent in Lakeview that Dave watched the Oregon, California, and Eastern Railway in its heyday. The OC&E Railway is a logging railroad, and we're going to take a quick look at what that's all about. Here on Quartz Mountain, we log the trees and put them onto rail cars. At Lakeview Lumber Products, the logs come in by water, truck, and rail and are processed into finished lumber. Here at the Weyerhaeuser mill, the units of lumber are stored and then redistributed to the markets they need to be, once again, by rail. In Coos Bay, our lumber gets exported. So now we've seen lumber go from a tree to a mill to being redistributed to being exported. You can see how important the Oregon, California, and Eastern Railway really is. I've answered the first half of the question, why the Oregon, California, and Eastern Railroad? But I haven't answered the second half of that question, why Greeley? Dave and Mickey moved to Greeley before his retirement so he could be the publisher of the Greeley Tribune. During their time here, they fell in love with Greeley and decided to build their dream railroad here as a gift to the community. The location for the Greeley Freight Station Museum, which is the former name of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, was chosen because it sits between two railroad tracks. The Union Pacific main line between Cheyenne and Denver sets on the east side of the building. And on the west side of the building, we have the Great Western Railway, two active railroads, which keeps it interesting both inside and outside the museum. And here I am in busy Klamath Falls, Oregon. Klamath Falls is a huge town full of lots of activity, just like our museum. When you come visit, we have a lot of games to play. I'm gonna hop back on the caboose and tell you about what we like to do. When you come to visit us here at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, you're going to get to play games. We really like to play games. In fact, we have 9 different ones. Here's 2 examples. We have an I Spy game where you hunt for objects around the building. They're either little tiny or great big full of artifacts. We also have either a skunk, an eagle, a yeti, or whatever catches our fancy, hiding somewhere, and you get a special prize for finding him. But our favorite game here is finding dinosaurs. So let's go on a dinosaur hunt. Well, I made it through the woods and I finally found a dinosaur. Isn't he a beauty? I love him. We have 7 of them on our layout because it's a tradition in northern Colorado to have a dinosaur on your layout. But if you can find 5 of my 7, I'll give you a dinosaur prize. Well, I'm glad we were able to find one of our dinosaurs. When you come in, I'm sure that you can find the other 6, but you only have to find 5 to get that prize. Now we're going to go take a look at the scenery that we have around our railroad. I hope that you were able to see how beautiful our layout really is. I'm really excited for you to come see it in person. So we're going to end our virtual tour by heading back into the staging yard now. And here we are, right back where we started on our virtual tour. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Ocinee Railroad and what it does, looking at our beautiful scenery, and playing our I Spy game on our dinosaur hunt. I've had a great day with you, and I hope that you come to see us soon.